What an entrance. Thing, I don't really know. But let me address the elephant in the room. My hair's blue. Oh my gosh, I literally feel like an OG right now. I feel like having blue hair low-key made me famous. It sounded so cocky. But literally, like, I kind of like popped off on YouTube with blue hair. One of the most common things that get told to me is, I remember watching you when you had blue hair. More tea. I got my driver's license today. Yes, I did it. I finally got it after months of just bickering about how I wasn't gonna have it, but I finally got it. Anyways, that's the tea. Oh yeah, so my driver's ID picture, yeah, that's me with blue hair. I didn't really want that. Like, I really wanted blonde hair in my ID picture, but I mean, it's my first license and this is gonna be great to look back on. My mom texted me, I have to go record Big Brother. BRB. What up guys, it's Hailey. So for today's video, I'm doing my first 2020 back to school video. I'm kind of confused. I don't even know what's happening for back to school, but I'm going to cheer tryouts next week, so this is like the first year that I really am like not that excited about back to school, but like I am excited, if that makes sense. I just like don't care as much because I know it's literally probably gonna suck. We're all gonna have to wear masks. We won't be able to like be with our friends and like be in the hallways because corona. And I feel like my last 2 years of school are gonna be ass, but it's okay. I'm gonna get through it and I'm gonna get my diploma. And this is the first year that I can drive myself to school because I have my license now. For today's video, I'm doing a freshman advice video. Low-key, love watching these videos. I watched these when I was an underclassman. I feel like I can give you advice for future kids going into high school. And let me tell you, that place sucks. I know I said that with a smile, but like this is all an act and this is very fake. Basically, I went and I wrote down a bunch of things that if I could go back and tell freshman me, I would. This isn't in any specific order or anything. I just like wrote down everything randomly. Looking back at me as a freshman and me now, two totally different people. I feel so much wiser now. Like, I literally thought that like I knew everything when I was 14, but literally I did not. And like when you were 14, 15 years old, going into high school, transitioning from middle school to high school, like it's a really big transition. You're moving from a very childish type school to grown adult school, basically, because all of these upperclassmen teenagers that have been in high school, they are just like over it. It's terrible. They don't like it. Freshmen come in and they're just all still acting like middle schoolers, and it's just annoying. Like, everybody's like, well, you were a freshman too. Yeah, we were, but now we're not. So just freshmen are just annoying, and every upperclassman will tell you that freshmen are annoying. Like, okay, when you're a freshman in high school, you can get put into classes with upperclassmen, but that's not how it is in middle school. In middle school, you're in classes with your grade. You can be a 14-year-old freshman in a class with an 18, 19-year-old senior, and like that's just normal. I always say this, if I could go back and smack freshman year me in the face, I would slap myself so hard and just be like, don't do it. 110%. Learn lessons and grow from it, and it's an experience, and now I'm a different person. So let's just get into my list. Don't date upperclassmen. That's my first one on here. Don't go for seniors or juniors. They only want you for one thing. So this is kind of like a double-edged sword. I have seen so many upperclassmen and freshmen relationships fail, but I've seen some work out. I've seen a lot of relationships fail and not work out, and I've lived it. None of the relationships that like I've been in high school have worked out. And they were all with upperclassmen. They were all with older guys, and I'm not trying to drag on them or like be like, oh, the older guys, but like I'm just being honest. My freshman year, I talked to almost all of them were juniors. Another thing, if you don't talk to a junior your freshman year, you don't experience it. But like my freshman year, the whole year, almost all of the guys I talked to were juniors, except the one guy that I actually like got into a relationship with. He was a sophomore, but like all of the guys I talked to were like 2 years older than me. They were all 16 and I was 14, but like for some reason like that just like I found that attractive at the time. I don't know, but like they all played me and broke my heart. And yeah, when I was a freshman there was girls getting with juniors, and now they're graduated and they're still together. So like I'm not saying don't do it. Like, I mean, I guess if you really think it'll work out, then like full send and do it. You only live once. But I'm just saying that most of the time, if you're a freshman and you have a junior or a senior trying to get with you, especially if you're a girl, ladies, let me tell you something. You don't know what's coming for you, baby. Even my sophomore year, I listened to like sophomore guys talk about it. They were like, oh, I'm gonna go get with the freshmen. Because freshman girls are basically still middle schoolers, and you guys are really easy to manipulate, and like a guy will definitely make you think that you're way mature than you actually are, but no, it's just really because you're dumb, young, and naive, and they know that like they're an upperclassman. And I'm not even gonna lie, when I was a freshman, like I knew going into my freshman year, people told me, they were like, don't get with upperclassmen, they only want you for one thing. Did I listen? Hell no, I did not listen. I went right for it and I freaking grabbed it by the throat. When you're a freshman girl, like, how are you not gonna be like, oh my god, older upperclassmen, like, ah, you know, like, how are you not gonna be like that? It's like, come on. I'm just warning you, if you want to get with an upperclassman, they're probably gonna use you. They might not use you unless you want it. I don't know, but upperclassmen most likely want you for one thing if they're trying to get with you, especially if you're a freshman girl. Please just listen. Freshman year is your easiest year. Take advantage of that. Literally, freshman year is the easiest year you're gonna have in high school. Just enjoy it. Like, I did not fail one class my freshman year. I made honor roll with A's and B's my freshman year. I left freshman year with like a 3.4 GPA. So definitely take advantage of freshman year being your easiest year. If you start your high school not doing good your freshman year, then it's like gonna be really hard to like get back up your other years. So like actually care about like your GPA and your grades, then like no, freshman year is your easiest year, so like actually like focus this. But like if you don't care, then I mean, I guess like don't care. Don't be stupid and don't be a snitch. These go together because one, don't be that little that snitches on everybody, okay? Nobody likes her. This is not me trying to sit here and be rude. This is me literally giving you real life information about what it's like being in high school. Just don't be a snitch, okay? If you are going to the office and you're snitching on people because you know they're doing something they're not supposed to, why are you even sticking yourself in that business? Like, it is not that hard to mind your damn business. Like, literally, I don't understand. That's not, like, is that such a hard concept to understand? Clearly it is. Again, everything I'm telling you is from experience. I got snitched on for a YouTube video and I had to take it down my freshman year of high school, okay? Don't be that person, okay? If you see some people in the bathroom and they're vaping, don't be the person that rats them out. There's gonna be so many people going in the freaking bathroom just to vape. I'm so serious. Like, it's a high school. I've been to 2 different high schools. It just happens in like every high school. Don't be that freaking person. Just please don't. And then on that note, don't be stupid. Don't go to the bathroom and freaking vape and put yourself in a situation where somebody snitches on you. Like, why are you putting yourself in a situation where somebody could snitch on you and then you get in trouble? Like, don't be stupid, but don't be a snitch. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Okay. This one, she has a description. Don't get caught up in drama, and if you do, handle it right. You're there to graduate, and so is everyone else. Drama in high school, nobody likes it, but literally, high school is just like a pool of drama. Like, that's literally what high school is. I don't know why. I don't get it. It's so irrelevant and stupid, and it literally pisses me off. I hate conflict. I'm not the type of person, like, I don't want to sit here and start conflict with you. I really don't. Like, okay, I don't like talking shit, but like, I like talking hard, and like, I like talking up a game. If that makes sense. Like, I'll sit here and run my mouth, but do I mean it? No, I don't. But I might make it seem like I do, but I don't. If you get caught up in drama, handle it the right way. Handle it correctly. And saying that, I mean, like, there's no correct way to handle situations, but there is to a certain extent. If it's drama involving other people, I'd say be understanding of everybody else's feelings involved and be understanding of why they think the way they think and like why it's causing drama. Like, try to fix it. Like, don't just like have drama, like try to fix it. But like, I've probably made drama in the past just to make drama, because like that's just how girls are. Like, girls are so petty and so evil. I hate it. I feel like girls are super overprotective, really petty to an extent. I feel like every girl is like super freaking petty, like low key. Like, they might not seem that petty, but like deep down they're thinking petty ass shit. High school drama sucks, and you will probably most likely get caught up in it. I mean, maybe I got caught up in it a lot. Like, I cannot tell you how much high school drama I've dealt with. I'm not trying to sit here and act all cocky, but I'm just being completely honest. Like, the high schools that I've gone to, everybody looks at me as a YouTuber, or as the famous girl, or as like the social media person. Like, that's what I'm looked at as, if that makes sense, is what everybody looks at me as. And personally, I don't look at me as that. Like, I don't look at myself as, oh, I'm famous, oh, I'm a YouTuber. Like, I don't think of myself as that. I think of myself as a human being, as a person, because that's what I am at the end of the day. I'm literally just like everybody else. And I don't understand why everybody sits here and likes to put me on a pedestal, like, oh, she's famous, oh, she's a YouTuber. I mean, yeah, you're right, I do make YouTube videos, yeah, I do have a YouTube channel, yeah, I do have like 80,000 subscribers. Maybe that's why I got caught up in a lot of drama, because everybody loved throwing my name around in high school, and people still love to throw my name around, and people just love talking about me. For some reason, I'm on a lot of people's minds 24/7. They love stalking my Instagram, they love bringing me up whenever they can, just talking the most about me. Drama's a thing in high school. Next one kind of goes with the last one. Don't take your problems to social media. Literally, beefing with people doesn't make your life easier, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. I have a private story. I have a Finsta. You know why? Because I love spilling that juicy tea on that okay? Talking about my life. Like, that's just the type of person I am. Like, I like talking about my life and just like what's going on, the tea. But also, I remember being 14 years old and literally being butthurt by a 16-year-old guy and going on Snapchat on my public story and just ranting about the situation. Why would you do that? Tell me why. Tell me why. I would not do that now. I literally would not do that now. Would not do that now. And I don't know if the person that like I was referring to watches this, but just know I'm really sorry and I wouldn't do that now, and my bad. Don't take your problems to social media. And if you are, be fucking bold and at the... That's all that I have on that topic. Girls are gonna want to take your dude and dudes are gonna want to take your girl, but most high school relationships don't work out. Obviously, like, there are some that last, but none of mine have, and yeah, so... Girls are gonna want to take your guy, whether it's because they want your boyfriend, because they have classes with your boyfriend, because they grew up with your boyfriend, because they don't like you and they just want to get back at you, or they like you so they want your boyfriend. Like, whatever it is, girls are gonna take your guy. Again, lived through this. Girls wanted to take my guy. I took other guys. Like, I don't know. And like, if you're getting in relationships with guys, or if you're talking to guys, and you guys don't work out, obviously there are gonna be other girls in high school that are gonna go and get with them, and you're gonna have to deal with that. I took this girl's boyfriend one time, basically, and he like cheated on her. I was like a little homewrecker in that relationship, but again, wouldn't do that now. Like, literally would not. Like, if I know a guy has a girlfriend, I just keep my distance. Like, I have so much way more respect than that now. I was just a little 14-year-old. I don't even know. And in my defense, he also made the first move, so... But I don't talk to him anymore, and I've also been in situations where girls have tried to take my guy. Story time. I went to homecoming my sophomore year. I went with a foreign exchange student. He would go to like all my cheer games, which literally just like having somebody go to your games for you, like I cannot tell you how much of a good feeling that is, but like he would always go to my games. We went to this dance together, but I swear to God, I cannot tell you how many freshman girls. First of all, he was a foreign exchange student. Foreign exchange students get all the hype because they're from a different country. So all of these other girls wanted him, but I was like, baby girl, that is mine. Freshman was like literally trying, like dancing all by him, and I was like, girl, what, like, what are you doing? Like, for what? She like took his phone and posted a selfie on Snapchat with him, and I was like, at At the end of homecoming, I literally ended up twerking on freaking the foreign. Like, full on throwing it back, like TikTok throwing it back on him. And then, like, there was guys, like, throwing ones, so I freaking was grabbing them. I literally made my homecoming ticket back that night, all because I freaking know how to shake ass. It was great. Highly recommend. That's some more advice. Go to dances, go to games, go to all of that, because literally it might sound lame, and sometimes it is lame, I'm not gonna lie, but most of the time, like, if you go with the right people and if you have the right intentions, like, you can have such a good time. Literally, your dance is how you make it. So, like, if you're not having fun, then, like, that's on you, sis. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but, like, if you're having fun, then, like, girl, like, you have fun, you throw it back, okay? Be friends with people who drive. That's literally, 10 out of 10, recommend it. If you're a freshman, be friends with people who drive, because, like, if they drive and they want to do stuff and they want to hang out with somebody, they might be like, yo, you want to hang out? And then, look, you're hanging out with people who drive. It gets you out of the house. You don't have to sit and, like, ride with your mom. And, like, it's just, like, fun. It makes you feel cool. It makes you feel older. I cannot tell you how many times I would literally pay, like, juniors or seniors to, like, give me rides places. I'd give them gas money and they would drive me around, and it was so much fun, and I loved it. I don't have to have this problem anymore because I have my license. Join sports or a club. Joining stuff in high school is, like, just so much fun. It makes school more fun, because, like, school sucks, but, like, if you have a reason you want to go, then, like, it makes it more fun. Last year was the first year I ever did cheer, and it was the first time I ever did anything for school. You don't know, if you can't play sports, go. There are clubs in high school. I mean, my school doesn't have a lot of clubs because I go to a really small freaking school, but, like, if your school has a lot of clubs, like, take advantage of it and join stuff. Like, literally, you will not regret it. I promise you. Like, I don't regret doing cheer at all. I'm literally going to tryouts for cheer next week, even though I didn't even want to do it, but I just keep thinking about how much fun, like, I had for cheer, and, like, getting to dress up for it. It's so fun, and just, so do it. Like, you won't regret it. If you want to go to college, like, if you want to go to college, if you want to look good for colleges, having that type of experience on your college applications makes you look so much better. So, like, definitely do that. Have fun at assemblies. I'm not even gonna lie, my old school used to have the most fun assemblies. Like, sometimes they were lame, but, like, their homecoming assembly, oh my gosh, loved it. I always had so much fun. Like, if you guys are doing, like, games at assemblies, sign up for it, okay? I love signing up for stuff like that. I love signing up for assembly games. It's not fun to just sit and watch the whole assembly. You gotta participate. Like, participate in it. Be loud. I love doing that stuff. Like, I love signing up for assembly games. Like, literally my sophomore year, I almost won musical chairs. I lost it to a senior. I got second place. But I cannot tell you, my whole grade was chanting my name, and that was the best feeling I ever had, and it was so much fun. Just, like, do it. And then at that same assembly, I did a cheer, because I was in cheer. Like, literally, that's just what putting yourself out there in high school does for you. Like, you have so much more fun when you actually put yourself out there. And I get it. It can be scary to put yourself out there, but, like, you can't think like that. You just gotta do it. You got a full set and you gotta do it. Literally, you're gonna be a senior before you know it, and you're gonna wish that you actually put yourself out there and wish you actually, like, experienced high school. Whatever you do will most likely get talked about with other people, so if you don't want the school talking about it, make sure they don't find out. So I've only gone to super small high schools, and one thing I can tell you is if you talk about it with one person, it will just get around. It doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter if it's one person you trust with your whole heart. It will most likely get around. It will get brought up, and it will come back to you. If something happens with a person and they're like, oh, I'm not going to tell anybody, you don't even know if you can trust that, because somebody might be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody, so you don't do it. So you don't do it, but the other person is out telling everybody. So then you're just like, yo, I thought you said we're not going to tell anybody. Honestly, if you don't want it being talked about, don't even do it. And then the next one I have is, if you're going to do the nasty, please just be protected. So, like, I guess just, if you're going to do it, like, literally, like, there's condoms, birth control, Plan B pills. I've had my friends have freaking, like, pregnancy scares. I have so many friends, and obviously I'm not trying to drag that, because, like, stuff happens. You're in high school, you want to do that type of stuff. I get it. Personally, I've never experienced anything like that, so I mean, I can't relate. But I've had so many friends, and being a girl, I get it. So, like, obviously I just try to be supportive. I know, like, a girl who's had a kid at 16 in my area. if you're doing stuff with people, ask them if they have like STDs. Like, just please be safe about it, because I've had so many friends, oh my gosh. Well, I kind of hype my friends up. Like, if my friends are getting some good, you know, get it. Become friends with people from other schools. That is so fun, because then you like have excuses to like go to other schools and just like visit with other people and like go places with people, and like it's just like makes your high school experience a little more exciting. Like, my freshman year, I hung out with this whole group of guys from like a different school. I mean, I kind of look back and I regret it, but I was just like, hey, I hung out with a bunch of people from other schools. If you want to do good, you actually have to study. But literally, like, my freshman year, like, you do vocabulary. I would write down like the vocab words and the definitions like a couple times, and then I literally, when I started doing that, I started acing my vocabulary tests, and I would get hundreds on them. So like, if you actually want to do good, you actually have to study. So just letting you know, you kind of have to put in a little bit of work. This one's important, and I need to practice what I preach. Don't trip over everything that happens. If it's happening for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, okay? I heard this girl say it's either a lesson or a blessing. So it's either going to teach you a lesson or going to be a blessing. But yeah, like, don't trip over everything that happens, because like, you're literally just like going through a phase of your life, and you're being a teenager, and I feel like being a teenager is really hard in this world, like in this decade, and I feel like being a teenager is only gonna get harder. Like, rumors spread like wildfire. Okay, my freshman year, there was a whole ass rumor that me, my best friend, and another guy had a threesome. That never happened. That never happened. Never! That never happened. I had people coming up to me asking me if I had this threesome, and I was like, no, I didn't. They're like, oh, so-and-so was saying you did. And I don't even know how I got around to people saying that it did happen when it never did. Another rumor that went around about me my freshman year. I had this boyfriend for a little bit, for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most. I had like a whole love triangle going on my freshman year, and just, we're not gonna talk about it. And he was a sophomore. He told everybody I took his virginity. Maybe he didn't. I'm not saying he sat here and like told everybody, because whenever I asked him if he told people, he always denied it. But like, I cannot tell you how many people came up to me and said, oh, by the way, said that you took his virginity. And I'm like, well, he lied. All of the rumors that went around about me was that I was literally having sex, and the people that they said I was having sex with, I wasn't. So whatever rumor you heard about me in high school, it never happened, and I did not have sex with that person. Okay, this one I'm kind of scared to talk about. Don't skip class, because you will most likely get caught. I did, LMAO. Don't skip class, okay? Because if you skip class, you're probably going to get caught. And if you continue to skip class, you will get caught. You want to know why? I skipped class. I'm going to explain the story of why I skipped class. My best friend and I at the time, and we were so close. We're not anymore, but we were super close at the time. And my old school did trimesters. So it was our second trimester. It just started, and we had 4th hour and our 5th period together. And so our 5th period was sports and fitness. The first trimester of our freshman year, we both had a gym class, because you have to take Phys Ed 1. You literally have to take Phys Ed 1, and then once you get your credit for that, you don't have to take PE at all the rest of high school. I mean, that's how it works where I live. Both had the PE class, so we already had our PE credit. And then the second trimester, we had another gym class, and it was literally the same exact class that we had just taken, and obviously we didn't want to be there. We didn't want to be taking it. The class was like all upperclassmen. Nobody, like, not a lot of kids from our grade. It wasn't a lot of girls either. It was all like upperclassmen guys, and so we didn't want to be there. And so, you know what we would do, because we'd already be coming from the same class, we would just go in the locker room, and we'd sit in the locker room for the whole class. And then there was a secret staircase, so we'd go up the secret staircase and then run across the like top, so then the PE teacher wouldn't see us. We also rode the same bus, so we would literally just run and try to get out of that school as fast as possible at the end of the day. Probably went a good month without getting caught. Like, we didn't skip every day. We skipped at least once a week. But, like, we didn't start doing it until a couple weeks in, and then we started skipping, like, once a week because we didn't like it. Sometimes we'd skip a couple times a week. We just didn't care, but I still left that class with an A. So, like, does it really matter? No. Did we get caught? Yes. Both of us got referrals for it, but I stopped skipping. Like, I got a warning for skipping, and I stopped skipping after I got my warning, because, like, I'm just not the type of person, like, I don't like breaking rules, but, like, sometimes you gotta have a little fun. We would go and sit through attendance, get our names checked, and then we would run back so like our attendance wasn't bad, because we started getting bad attendance, and like the school would send letters home, and I'd literally get the mail all the time, and I would collect all the letters, but my mom found them. But yeah, so just don't skip class so you don't get caught, and then you don't get a referral. This is a very important one. Don't be afraid to drop a toxic person. This is something I was so bad at my freshman year. I did not want to drop anybody, even though people would like f me over and give me so many reasons to just like drop them and show me in so many ways of how toxic they were. I still wouldn't want to drop them. I'd still want to keep them in my life because I valued like what we had and like the connection we had and like memories we made. Like I was just like a little simp, and like I valued everything that happened between us, so I couldn't drop the person even though they were like breaking me internally and just like causing me a lot of mental emotional distress. I could not drop a person for if a person is treating you like ass, and if a person is showing you that they don't care about you, drop them. Drop them. Who cares? If dropping somebody is going to help you better yourself, it's worth it. At the end of the day, it is worth it. So do it. Don't be afraid to drop that person. I'm such a different person. I feel like I'm very cold-hearted. Like I feel like I cannot catch feelings for people anymore because of just like all of my past relationships and like the that's gone down in them. Don't be afraid to drop them. If they are toxic and they are ruining you, drop them. Don't be afraid to go to the guidance counselor. So my sophomore year was the first year that I actually started going down to the guidance counselor. That's a lie. My 8th grade year was, but my 8th grade year I had a lot going on, and my grandma knew the guidance counselor, so I would just kind of go and talk to him sometimes, and like I'd go and cry to him about problems, whatever. But don't be afraid to go to the guidance counselor. I had to move in the middle of my sophomore year, and when I moved, I cannot tell you how much that just like changed. Like my whole life changed, and I don't know if anybody realized that. I don't know if anybody cared. I don't know if anybody actually like realized how much in my life changed. And then on top of it, I had to move to a new school, and I just like had to make all of these new friends, and I had to be with new teachers and new staff. Like just that's a lot for somebody to handle. That's a lot for somebody to have to deal with, especially when you're 15. You're already going through it because you're hormonal teenager. It's a lot for somebody to have to deal with. Basically 2020 has just been such a shitty year for everybody. It all started in 2020, and I would start having mental breakdowns in school at least once a week, and I hated it. And I'm not even gonna lie, in quarantine, it kind of continued in quarantine. Like I stopped crying a lot in quarantine, but then once May came, it started up again. Like I just got really freaking sad. I was crying a lot. Literally, I try to like self-diagnose myself with stuff. I really should probably go and like get my mental health screened. Like I get really bad anxiety about a lot of things, and I'll break down and cry, and it's like I won't know what to do. Like I won't be able to think, and I get really like frantic in my head, and like my chest will start pounding, and I like won't be able to breathe, and I'll like start freaking out, and I'll just start having like the worst thoughts, and it's just like such a terrible space to be in. And then one time I saw a TikTok, and it was like this girl was like, this is me in the middle of a panic attack, and she was like, and I wrapped myself up in a blanket to calm myself down, and how she was acting was literally how I will act sometimes, but I'm like hysterically sobbing. How like she was like hyperventilating, but like I do that and hysterically sob, and like I don't know, but I think I have like anxiety or something, or like I don't really know. But do not be afraid to go to the guidance counselor. Like I started doing it a lot once I moved, because once I moved, it just school like was not it. I did not like it. Like I just started going to the guidance counselor, and I wasn't doing it to get out of class. Like literally, it's not because I wanted to get out of class. It's not because I like wanted just to go. Like no, I literally went so I could sit and like talk to this guidance counselor about my problems. Like I'd literally go and talk to her about it, because I would literally sit in class and I would cry, and like the littlest things would make me upset. Like I got caught in the bathroom crying one time by a teacher, and I literally just went in the bathroom and I sobbed so loud, and I ran, and it was like so embarrassing. And then I was in art class, and the girl was like, yeah, I was the girl that went to the office and said that you were crying. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I like had some teacher come pull me out of the bathroom while I was sobbing, and I cannot tell you how many times I went to the bathroom and just cried, because I had to, like, because I didn't know any other way to express my emotions than to cry. So if going to the guidance counselor is gonna help you, they will talk to you, and they have a like they cannot tell anybody else about what you say. If they do, they can get in a lot of trouble for that. So like just know that like there's confidentiality, like, stuff. I don't think I said that right, but like, they're not allowed to go and talk about it with other people. So don't think that they're gonna go and talk about it with other people. I mean, they might, but if they do, then go get them and get them in trouble for it, because they can get in so much trouble for that.